Welcome, Leo, to your uplifting messages. So, today we are focusing on the King of Swords energy. So, some of you are going to adapt or adopt the King of Swords energy at this time. So, this masculine energy is very logical, okay? He needs to have a plan, he needs to see it, it needs to make sense. And the reason why we're focusing on the fact that something needs to make sense is what's confirming that energy is a clickbait, whatever sign that you may see online, or even as you're driving your car, passing in front of a building. There's something that you're not going to believe. The story is too incredulous. That's not a proper word. The story is too unbelievable. I just made up a word. Sorry. The story is too unbelievable. You're not willing to believe it at all. And I feel like some of you are going to become a little bit obsessed to the fact that you're actually going to research the issue. You're actually going to research the situation to see if it's actually true, because there's something that's making you angry, mad, or even you're pretty disappointed. And if you're not getting to the bottom of this, I feel like you're gonna lose your mind or something. So, what's really bugging you about this story or about the situations? Because some of you, it's not actually relevant to a story that you've read somewhere. It could be something that someone told you, like it could even be a rumor. You feel like it's a rumor at this time regarding a person, whether you know them or not. I feel like you're not really trusting. You're not trusting the person. One, you're not, and for others of you, you're not trusting the relevance or the the actual aspect of the information. So you might feel like something has been taken out of context. Okay, you don't have all the facts, and I feel like someone decided to create some type of point of view. They actually just wanted to pull at people's point of view and run with that. Okay, so there's something that's getting in the way of the message that is being presented anyways. I feel like you keep asking questions. It's like, well, okay, I get that, but why is the apple purple? Like, you're gonna really be detailed in the questions. You are going to be detailed in your questions. Whatever you're asking, you're gonna add a lot of specificity, or you're gonna ask for details because you feel like something is not really true. Okay. And I feel like because some of you might be supporting it could be a movement. Like, someone could be talking shit about the leader of a movement or the leader of a company, and you are a hardcore supporter. Like, you live by their, what is it, motto, whatever. You actually live by their value system. Like, you feel like this is my soulmate as a company, or this is my soulmate as a president, or this is my soulmate as a supervisor, whatever. I feel like you believe into the bullshit. Sorry, that's not what I meant to say. I feel like you actually believe into whatever is being presented to you. Like, you're a hardcore fan. Okay. And so what's actually confirming that is the intuition energy. I feel like, again, I said bullshit because you're calling bullshit about a situation. I feel like, due to the fact that you do rep that person, or you do rep that cause, that movement, that situation, the connection, whatever it is. I feel like you feel like there's an injustice in the fact that someone had to present that type of information or spread that rumor around in the first place, saying that for you feel like it's actually untrue. Okay. And for some of you, just like a little mini advice at this time, I feel like with this King of Sword energy, right? Because he's showing his guns here, and he's showing his guns. maybe there is a the information that's been relayed to you is regarding someone actually just they flash themselves to a group of people or a singular person, and you don't believe that it's actually true. But anyway, something about sticking to your guns. So for some of you, you're gonna need to stick to your guns, no matter what happens, no matter what other people believe about you or believe about your situation. Okay, so there's a sense of limiting and restricting people that just want to get into your space because I feel like they're trying to play you. Okay, and for some of you, you're gonna need to focus on your intuition. So again, 1515, very significant energy. This is about masculine energy. This is also about your potential, and it's also about your power, and it's also about going after what you want, like from a heartfelt position. So this is a heartfelt position, whether this person is holding a gun or not. Okay, so keywords: intuition, relating, value, insight, increased perception, love, monogamy. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. Okay. So I feel like, first, again, going back to the story, the unbelievable story or the bullshit story, I feel like you're trying to figure out what is the lie in the story. Like, most of it could be true out of context, but there's something that's actually a lie, and you actually are going to find it. And I feel like for some of you, you'll be seen in a different way, but you are going to talk about increased value. But I feel like some of you, if you have an online presence, even if you don't, I feel like if you do present yourself in this way, because this is the Queen of Wands energy, she has that magnetic energy where she just walks into a room and every eyes are on her. Okay, so I feel like whatever that you find, because some of you are actually going to do the research, you are actually going to present whatever that you found, and which is actually correct, and that's going to allow you to have opportunities in that sense. Okay, because she's also independent, so this could talk about you having an independent source, or someone, you could reach out to a person, or someone could reach out to you saying that I have the truth about the situation, and when asked, you are willing to actually hide this person's identity, because some people are just willing to just reveal everything to just anybody. Okay, so the positive aspect of the situation is the 2 of Wands. So this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you, since they're attacking my person, they're attacking my church, they're attacking the association that I work for or that I adhere to. So I feel like there's an opportunity for you to do what's right, or for you to showcase your value or what you stand for. Okay, because 2 is what's within you. If you've been taking the back, I feel like with the King of Swords, it's easy to take the back seat a whole lot more when you're in your mind. Okay, when you're like when you're just mostly a thinker when you're a thinker, or you use your mind mostly, or you could get lost in your mind. Like, you could create a whole world with your mind. That's what I'm talking about. These type of people that are like these type of geniuses that just stays in the mind, and when they have to deal with reality, sometimes they just get stuck. But not at first. I feel like there's a sense of being at first been taking I feel like when you get the information, but it depends where you're at, whether you just actually receive news about said company, said person. I feel like you actually understand the magnitude of lying, or just polluting someone's reputation. I think that's the proper word, but shading on someone's reputation. I feel like because you are emotionally connected to it, I feel like it's almost like it's that company is your baby. It's almost like that person is your baby, or that person is your husband, your wife, your kids, and you feel personally connected to the situation. Um, I feel like there's some sense of clarity that's going to come about that. Because of that, you feel the weight of it. You feel the gravity of the situation. So you might be a little bit hesitant to take on this issue by yourself, but on the other hand, I feel like you're very excited to showcase yourself in that sense, and to let people know what you're about, or let people know what you truly stand for. Okay. And for those of you that have an issue with gaining clarity, like, should I do this or should I not do this? Because for some of you, it's not related to a story. It's probably related to wanting to make the best decision for your life at this time. And it could be in when it comes to a specific relationship. Okay, could be a working relationship. Sorry, I feel like for some of you, you're not able to like speak to the people that are closest to you about the situation, due to the fact that one, maybe your friends, your colleagues are your friends. I feel like some of you are thinking about dating a person at work, and you think that this relationship is going to go to the next level. You're not sure if one, you should actually entertain this next level dumb to this relationship, and then you don't really want to stay in a situationship. I feel like it's something about being logical but still having to stick to your guns, and you're the one who's needing to make that decision and not letting anybody sway you one way or the other. The facts speaks for themselves, or the evidence are there. So if you need evidence, you just have to ask for it. Like, yeah, you actually have to desire to have the evidence. And okay. Okay, so again, for those of you that needs clarity in a situation that feels like there's too much foggy energy, or there's too much blah 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 into your shit. Okay, I possess unwavering clarity regarding my goals and vision, knowing precisely what I strive to accomplish. With unwavering focus and intention, I direct my actions towards success, channeling my energy purposefully and resolutely towards the realization of my aspirations. Okay, so I mean, I don't need to tell you what that means. You see the gun, you see the focus, you know exactly what to do, right? There's something that's going to come to this, either something's going to come to the surface and it's going to be like bullseye, or like, I know exactly where my direction is going. This could talk about making a list as to why you should do something or not. And then once you like pour out your emotions and feelings onto paper, there's something that's just going to click. Excuse me. The negative aspect of the situation. So this is about having faith within yourself, or having faith in the situation. And here the negative aspect is to not waver. Or the one thing here, right? I feel like this person is having a little bit more fun than they should, or they're enjoying the process. Okay, so maybe there's an aspect of it that even though you feel like you are wavering in your decision, you feel like you're weak, or you feel like you're at the bottom of whatever scale that you are comparing yourself to, there's something about it that should be pleasurable for you. Okay, because this is an energy, and you can see the balls here. This is the energy of needing to take a risk. Okay, equilibre means balance. So there's a sense of needing to take a risk, because I feel like you need to take a risk because something will shift in your favor, even though it doesn't seem like it. And again, I'm speaking to Leos that are Leos are friends of Leos, spouses of Leos that are very logical and want things to be like within freaking square. He looks like he got a square hair. Like, it needs to be here. But at the same time, that's a good thing. Maybe what this King of Sword, this overly logical person needs to focus on is over here instead of out there. Because even though you're doing your sorry, even though you're doing your best to do your research, right, and to look for evidence, you're looking for evidence of history. You're looking for evidence of things that has already occurred, of things that already happened. Okay? But what has not happened yet? What has not occurred yet? So there's this perspective of feeling like anything is possible here. Okay, of feeling like anything is possible. There are things that are up in the air that this could talk about what you're working on, that are up in the air, that you feel like things can change overnight. Things can change. There's a shift that will occur, especially when your heart is in it. So maybe on one, because it could be you're looking for the money too, right? The 12 Pentacles, you want something to shift in that direction. For some of you, maybe you want to go to the next level when it comes to a relationship, or this could be a job, or it could just be personal development. Like, you actually want to feel worthy for your own self. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles also talks about not pulling the plug, not pulling the plug on something, but at the same time needing to pull up the rug and see what's under there. Because the Two of Pentacles talks about something, not knowing what's really going on clearly. Like, something is not on the up and up. Okay, something is not so clear. But at the same time, this is talking about taking executive decisions. Hopefully I said it properly. Executive decisions, and not letting time just run away with you. Or because there's an aspect of distraction that could control distraction that could control the situation. But I don't feel like it is necessarily negative because of the two twos. I feel like you're anchored, like your decisions or your mind or the way that you interact with people, it's anchored on a table, or anchored, like your sound of mind. That's what I meant. Your sound of mind. Again, but if you're making a decision that's not heartfelt, or that's not based on what you want or desire, because I feel like it's trying to make something else occur or making something else happen. You're focusing here while focusing on other things as well. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it did. I feel like your ideas are plentiful. Your ideas are very valuable, but you have to take a risk. You have to choose something. And some of you could be doing different things at once as well. I'm just looking at the keywords here. Because when it comes to because this is a negative position, but it's also what you need to learn. You need to learn how to adapt. Because I said adapt. Because what's confirming this is the passive income. The best money is made while you sleep. So I feel like you shouldn't be too attached to the outcome, or you shouldn't be too attached to the process, which seems like a bad advice. But there's a sense of you needing to stay in wonderment while things are up in the air, and even though you're putting in the effort, you don't know how everything's going to land exactly. Okay, and because I needed to clarify that, even though it's positive, some of you, it's like, if you're worried, like, I know you're trying to make the most logical decision. Yeah, I'm looking at the guns. The most logical decisions, when it comes to your situation, because you actually want to be able to handle your day to day like a boss, or you have a specific type of destination that you want to undertake, and you know what you need to do now with whatever you with what you have. Okay, but there's a sense where more is coming in, therefore you shouldn't stop the flow. That, I feel like that's what it is. You shouldn't stop the flow. You should stay in wonderment energy and keep going and keep putting in the effort. Some of you, I feel like that's the number. This 222. I feel like some of you are gonna make $241 overnight, 2,000, whatever. There's an amount of this kind, or maybe you've saved up money, and I think you're gonna need to invest it into something. Yeah, you're making a decision about investments at this time, and you're wondering if it's actually worth it. It is. It is actually worth it. It's actually worth it. Okay, so just to clarify that, we have the Page of Wands energy, okay? And the Page of Wands is a messenger. Actually, this is a combination of fire and air element, okay? But as I can see, like, she looks like she's holding a musical instrument. So I feel like you're probably gonna be invited to a concert, and someone's gonna, I don't know if someone's gonna fall in love with that musician, or, but I feel like there's something is gonna go unexpectedly when you stay in this wonderment energy. Something is gonna flow much more than it used to, and you can see it's almost like, even though you're excited, and I feel like you're willing to invest, you've been investing a lot of money into something, you've been investing your time, or you've been investing into people, blah blah blah. I feel like you're seeing the bills racking up, but what you don't know is that you're gonna need to let that flow come right back in. So there's a sense of being a little bit delusional here, because she's just looking up. They're looking up. She's looking up. Things are looking up. It's funny. And yeah, whomever that's looking down actually is the King of Swords and the Seven of Wands. The people here, they're looking straight ahead. They don't give a fuck. Because, like, I know where I'm going. These two people are looking toward each other. This is what I want. And then there's a need for you to look. There's a need for you to learn how to look at having higher expectations, needing to have higher expectations. They're looking for more out of their life. And then once, I feel like this could talk about a graph, like seeing your progression. Okay. The King of Pentacles is looking down because he's looking at actually what he has received or acquired, or what he's willing to buy. Okay. And again, this is a progression. It's like, I got what I need. Now let me get full. Let me go toward what I need, where I need to get into. Because that's all the Knight of Wands want to do. He just want to jump into something. Okay. He's willing to jump. He's willing to make it work. He's willing to do the hard work. He's willing to go the distance. Okay. So also, if you're a driver, please slow down, because that's not your profession. Okay. But at the same time, there's a sense someone needs to slow down again, and not letting the people around you feel slighted or feel neglected. Because I feel like there's a sense where this person is just looking at people's face like, what? Okay, anyways, the advice is the Queen of Wands energy. So again, for me, this is the independent card, okay, as opposed to similar to the Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Wands is bubbly. Okay, she's bubbly, but she also have that independent energy where she's willing to do the work. So there is a quick progression. Okay, so I think there's a quick progression when it comes to your money, when it comes to your appearance. Okay, because this could talk about someone actually wanting to change their physical appearance. This again talks about your presence, the way that you're seen. This could talk about your reputation. And what's clarifying that is the wealth card energy. You are moving toward will, wealth, and prosperity. Keep up the great work. So whatever work that you're doing, even though you're not seeing the result as the needed and the desired result right now, it seems that as long as you're putting in the effort, again, because we love seeing the King of Swords doing the right thing, you're going in the right direction. I mean, they're like the perfect partner anyways. So, and since we have 2 2s and 2 cards that talks about money, well, actually 3 cards, but passive income and wealth, that's something that's always welcome. You need to rely on your intuition. You need also clarity in a situation. So for some of you, this could talk about a relationship. If you feel like a relationship is not providing you with this level of commitment, like, can we go to the next level? Then there are plenty of fishes in the fucking sea. Amen. Okay.